We are going to see the various energy sources. There are two basic forms of energy. One is renewable and another one is non-renewable. Energy is the ability to do work. The renewable forms of energy are the energy which is renewable in our lifetime, which can be regenerated from our lifetime, is called renewable form. And non-renewable form means we cannot regenerate the source in our lifetime. So the renewable forms of energy are solar, wind, geothermal, hydroelectric, tidal and biomass. But non-renewable forms of energy are coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear reactors. These and all non-renewable forms of energy. Fossil fuels are the most common energy source. But what is a fossil fuel? A hydrocarbon deposits such as petroleum, coal, or natural gas derived from living matter of a previous geologic time and used for fuel. What are the different types of fossil fuels? Coal, natural gas, oil. These are the various types of fossil fuels available. Coal, a combustible black or brownish black sedimentary rock composed mostly of carbon and hydrocarbons. It is the most abundant fossil fuel in US. Coal formation takes a very long time. How coal is formed? See, this is the how coal is formed. Swamp. 300 million years ago, before the dinosaurs, many giant plants died in swamps. So, over millions of years, the plants were buried under water and dirt. Heat and pressure turned the dead plants into coal. Mining coal, surface mining. So, coal can be mined by two methods. One is surface mining. This is the least expensive method, used when coal is less than 200 feet below the surface. Topsoil layers are removed and then replaced after coal layer has been extracted, allowing for the area to be replanted or used for other natural sites. So, surface mining of coal removes land from agriculture production. Another one is underground mining. This is also called deep mining, used when deposits are between 200 feet and 1000 feet deep. Elevators must be used to haul machinery and personnel. Expensive process includes much specialized machinery, the risk of cave-ins and suffocation hazards. Coal mining operations are hazardous, especially deep mining. Coal must be processed to increase the heating value and allow for cleaner burning. Common impurities removed are rocks, ash, sulfur, dirt, other unwanted materials. There are four types of coal we use for fuel: peat, lignite, bituminous coal, anthracite. So, this peat is converted to anthracite by pressure, heat, and time. Burning coal gives a large amount of pollution. Nearly 50% of the nitrogen oxide in the atmosphere and 70% of sulfur dioxide are direct result of emissions released when coal is burned. These are directly responsible for crop failures from acid rain formation. Human health issues surround coal mining and its use. Workers can contract lung diseases, skin diseases, and ulcers from coal dust and other impurities mined. Burning coal produces huge amount of smoke, also related to illness. Another important fossil fuel is oil. Oil is derived from petroleum, the definition of which is a thick, inflammable yellow to black mixture of gaseous, liquid, and solid hydrocarbons that occurs naturally beneath the Earth's surface, can be separated into fractions, including natural gas, gasoline, naphtha, kerosene, fuel, and lubricating oils, paraffin wax, and asphalt, and is used as raw material for a wide variety of derivative products. How oil is formed. Petroleum and oil formation. Tiny sea plants and animals died and were buried on the ocean floor. Over time, they were covered by layers of slit and sand. This happens before 300 to 400 million years ago. And after that, before 50 to 100 million years ago, the remains were buried deeper and deeper. The enormous heat and pressure turned them into oil and gas. Today, we drilled down through layers of sand, silt, and rock to reach the rock formation that contains oil and gas deposits. Where do we get today's oil? Crude oil is a smelly yellow to black liquid and is usually found in underground areas called reservoirs. The top 5 oil producing nations are Saudi Arabia, USSR, USA, Iran, and China. 58% of crude oil is used for fuel and products in US is imported from other nations. The top 5 oil producing states are Texas, Alaska, California, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Why is oil in such demand? Here is a partial list of what oil is currently used for: cooling computers, fertilizers, feedstocks, heating, adhesives, paint, plastics, clothing, building materials, medicine, trucks, cars, tractors, fencing tools, rope. Almost everyone are related to this oil related products. Why do we need so much oil? The world population has been steadily increasing. More people means greater energy demand. Several countries are achieving higher levels of development today. More building and transportation means greater demand for energy. Oil is an extremely versatile fuel. It can be transformed into many other products. Oil derived fuels such as gasoline burn easily, burn hot, and the current transportation industry is designed to use it nearly exclusively. Oil must be drilled from deep within the earth. Drilling rigs are constructed both on land and in the ocean to dig into oil reservoirs and search for new oil deposits. Working these rigs can be very hazardous. Safety is a major concern since any petroleum found is under high pressure and highly flammable. Drilling rigs. Land based rigs are smaller and more numerous than offshore. Smaller crews are needed to operate, fairly easily moved from place to place. Offshore rigs are much larger and more expensive to build. Larger crews are needed to operate, extremely hard to move from place to place. Once the petroleum deposit is found, the crude must be pumped and transported. Pump jacks move the crude up from the well into pipelines and storage tanks. Other stations pump the oil to larger tanks or waiting barrels. Crude is taken to refinery for production into fuel. Petroleum must first be refined to derive oil, gas, and other fuels. Refineries are tremendously expensive operations. Petroleum is carefully heated to specific temperature and the fumes are collected and cooled back into liquid form. This is called fractional distillation. Gasoline, diesel, kerosene, etc. are all products of various fume collection and distillation. The danger of explosions is constant and extreme. Natural gas is another fossil fuel. Fossil fuel formed similarly oil found in petroleum. Removed from earth by drilling, the pressure is usually sufficient to allow it to flow to the surface. Colorless, odorless gas with a simple chemical structure of CH4. 25% of world's energy is derived by burning natural gas. Natural gas and oil are both retrieved by drilling. Both natural gas and oil are often found along smaller faults deep within the earth. Coastal and northern Laurasia is abundant with natural reserves. Natural gas. It is used in homes, businesses, industries, vehicles, and power plants. Consumption is expected to rise by 50% by 2025. Since it is colorless and odorless, a scent is added to it for safety purpose called mercaptan, giving it a sulfur-based rotten egg type smell that cannot be removed. Different forms of natural gas are compressed natural gas. It is an alternative fuel for gas and diesel engines. It is stored in tanks similar to acetylene. Another one is liquefied petroleum natural gas LNG. It is used in large scale industry. It is cooled to minus 260 Fahrenheit. It is now being used as a fuel for trucking and ocean going vessels. CNG and LNG only accounts for 48% of natural gas consumption worldwide. Then hydrogen enriched natural gas. A blend of natural gas and hydrogen, usually 12% hydrogen and 80% natural gas. It can reduce emissions of nitrogen oxides by 30 to 50% without affecting the performance of regular natural gas engines. These two fuels come mainly from domestic supplies, lessening the US dependency on foreign countries. Natural gas byproduct, one of the byproduct is propane. It is the fuel that is easily stored in pressurized tanks. It is used for cooking and transportation. Also, it is a byproduct of oil refining. It burns cleaner than gasoline or diesel. So there is a large number of problems related to this fossil fuels. Coal, oil and natural gas products are extremely widespread and in higher demand each passing day. Its supplies will eventually be depleted. Use of these products are filling landfills, polluting land, rivers, lakes, oceans and air. Oil spills are common, on average 20 spills over 1,000 gallons each occur every year. Drilling. It disturbs Earth's natural strata. It threatens the producing sinkhole holes. There is a possibility of water contamination. Oil spills destroy the environment. It kills the wildlife and they are expensive to clean up. Oil spills pose dangers. Environment is damaged. Usually coastline wildlife losses are high. So due to this the oil spills, most of the oil is never recovered. It can be salvaged. Oil sinks to seafloor, killing important decomposers. Natural balance is also interrupted. Oil is eventually decomposed by marine organisms. However, it could enter the food chain of ocean wildlife. Possible human contamination threat is happening. So, the most publicized US oil spill was the Exxon Valdez on March 24, 1989. So, it ran aground in Prince William Sound, Alaska, spilling more than 11 million gallons of crude oil. So, another energy source from underground but not from fossil fuel is uranium. As we recall that fossil fuels are non-renewable and are found beneath the Earth's crust, but fossil fuels do not burn clean. Uranium is also mined from beneath the Earth's crust, and by controlling a reaction coefficient, tremendous heat can be achieved. We'll see how these fossil fuels influence the global warming. Burning these fuels produce excessive amounts of greenhouse gases. It causes failing to reduce these. If we fail to reduce these emissions, it may likely cause our global climate to change. And if changes, agriculture will definitely change. The average temperature has risen 1.6 Fahrenheit since 1880 and at a steep rate in 1960. Thermal depolymerization. It is a process that was invented in mid 1990s. It uses heat and pressure to convert existing trash into short chain hydrocarbons used as fuels. During the process, all disease producing organisms were destroyed. In 2003, a full scale plant went into operation in Qatar. More are being constructed. So these are the things related to energy sources that we are commonly using, that is coal, petroleum, oil, as well as LPG gas. There are certain alternative energy resources available which can be used without damaging the environment, such as solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy. Thank you.